Hey, welcome back to the table. I got another weird and wacky experiment to go on with the Horsemen. Okay, so wanted to do our normal bankroll of 750. So one, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 750. Okay. All right. Now, come on, fingers. All right, so in this experiment, I was going to try true randomness instead of just, doing stupid things like that. I come up with something even more stupider. Let's spread them out. Do some card randomization. And this is going to be time consuming already. I can see this is going to just go over real great. Especially with chips in the way and everything else. Well, this is only one round. Ay, ay, ay. Alright, so what I figured that we'd spread them out and then guess we can do that. Alright, so the Horseman 25, don't pass, and then we roll 9. Oh no, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There. Oh, wow. And then 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so we got a 10. 10 is our point. Alright, so with the Horseman, I have been working on this, so I'm going to put $10 in the cum. I'll put this down here. Also, I'll do 12 and 12 and 10 on the 5. Alright, so put those there. Again, we'll try and randomize these things. 4, and 1. Seven. All right, so these lose, and these win. And I've got 24 here, but I win 25 there. Goes to the bank, goes to the player, and we're back. All of that for that. Like I said, it's just a crazy experiment to try and to simulate as much true randomness as possible. Come. Six. Six. So that gets paid 14. Well, I need my ones. Okay. It was a 6, so it goes, the come will go here. I get paid that. I'm going to take down, put that there, and do that. combat. All right. And 1. Okay, so that's a 3. So the combat will lose. All right, and yeah, I'll put one more there. Okay, combat loses, so that's all I'm going to do with that. All right, 14. All right, so I'll just collect that. 6. Alright, so combat gets paid, gets converted to a place bet. One and 2. 7. 7 out. Okay. Maybe one more time. Maybe one more time. Three, 3, minus 10, 10 in the come, 6, 8, and 5. Okay. Two and 4, 7 out. Okay, so basically that just means I get $1. Alright, let's see where we're at. That's 1. Well, let's go the other way. once again, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, that's 50. That's 6, 7, 50. Wow, so it only made $1. Ha! After all that, well, that's interesting. Well, money's money. Wow. Anyway, crazy experiment. Okay, so true random, or as much as true randomness as I can get, you know. So I just wanted to try that, see how that went. All right, thanks. Until next time, give me your thoughts on this crazy card stuff. Thanks, guys.
A few moments later.
Hey, I just went and viewed my video with the card fiasco. So I mean, there was some mistakes that I should have capitalized on. Not really a dealer or player error. It's player errors, not dealer error. Okay, and so I wanted to not mess with the cards, and we'll just talk about theory. Okay, so we still got the 750. You know, nothing's changed. But in this case, we're going to talk about some stuff here, and so we'll go about this in a little bit different way. Okay. All right. So we the Horseman calls for 25 pass, don't pass rather, and then we roll and we establish a point. Okay. So we all know how this loses. All right, on the 7-11. All right. So in theory crafting, so the worst case scenario is a 7. So so until we get a point established, we established the 10 in that last video twice. That's what I want to bring to our attention, is what I didn't capitalize on as a player. So when a point becomes a 4 or a 10, what I should have done, what I normally automatically do by default now is put the $10 in the come. Okay, all right, so that's the default that you all saw. And then I also do the 6 and the 8 and the 5 now. Okay, so let's talk about that real quick. Let me get 10 white. For my change, for my bankroll here. All right, so we got 12, 6, 12, 8, and 10. Okay. All right, so I originally started with just the 6 and 8 because those were the power numbers of the three most powerful numbers, the 6, the 7, the 8. Well, of course, there are 6 box numbers. Okay, so wanting that perfect balance, you know, I've seen people get, you know, do the inside, which is 4 out of 6. And then I was doing 2 out of 6, and I'm thinking, well, you know, we can try 3 out of 6, and for that perfect balance. And so, trying to, you know, instead of, you know, jumping back and forth, just being consistent, pick a number and stick with it. All right. So that's what I've been doing off camera, and then off camera testing. And so I just stick with the 5, and whatever happens. So, and then so now all bets are set. put these on the line so we know that they're not in action. The come is in action. All right, so we get a, so now that's the right side. And to counterbalance it, to keep that balance, and to keep moderation, so I didn't capitalize on taking odds, and that's what I should have done. And lay and take odds against the point, not lay, but take odds against the point. You have your choice of 2x, 3x, whatever. So with this, probably I would have just done, probably like I should have done like $30, which would have paid 15. That would have given me an extra if the next thing. Well, let's just do it real quick. 8. Okay, so let's separate that so you can see it a little better. Okay, so the next roll was 8 in theory crafting. So here we would have gotten 14, and the come would have traveled. All right, and so in this case we would have taken our profits back home, and then the place bet would have came down. We could have racked up in a little extra in profit, leaving the 8 in there and still 10 in the come. All right. So the thing is that if we keep developing, if we develop outside instead of this being an, okay. So now let's rewind. All right. So let's rewind here a second. So 12. All right, so if this was a different number, besides, I want 5. So if this was an outside box, well, 5 is still there. I'm wanting let's just say it's a 9. Okay, so in theory crafting, if this was a 9, if the next roll was a 9, there's 5, 9. Okay, so let's say the next roll was a 9. It's not one of my numbers that were placed, then the come goes there, and of course you wouldn't get paid, and then you set up another $10 come, then you've got this. That's what the odds will help cover. Will cover this, okay? Because you've got 15. And then you got another, so that's a quarter plus your flat, so that's 50. And then you've got 44 inside right now. So that more than covers, when if the 7 came on the following roll. You're always looking for that next roll to be prepared for that 7. If the 7, you always want to assume the 7 is going to come on the next roll. That way you can cover it. That means that you can adjust your odds to whatever you need. So in theory crafting, let's say this became a 4. So now the come travels to the 4. So now instead of 44 inside, or 44 on the light side, we've got 55. And so this is not. And if you don't really want, well, you want 3 come numbers to go through. So and so in this case, we still have the 50, so because this pays 15, and then so 15, and that's 25, and the flat is 50, and we've got 55 here. So what we would have to do is we would have to just increase this a little bit. So you can increase that to whatever, and that would more than cover your the 7, the potential 7 that could potentially come on the following roll. So once again, you can always add or subtract from the odds on the dark side. You can't add. You can subtract, but you can't add to your flat line. So everybody knows that. All right, so that's and so we're generating, you know, if these come, so if these, when these hit, it's a 5. So then this would come to the 5. This would get paid 14, which is here. The bank's 14. I would bring this back down, throw this back in the com, and just keep the 14. Bring the place bet, and convert that to the next come bet, and still collect. And then what we're wanting to do is recycle the next next come. So actually, so now I've got 3. So then I don't actually need this. So because I only want really 3 numbers, so you can bring all that back. So now you've got 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 54. So you've got to adjust your odds to make sure that covers. Okay. So that, again, this would not be enough. So you'd have to bring this up a little bit more to whatever you want. So this will more than cover it. At a 10 times table, well, even at a 3, even at a 3x, 3, 4, 5x, right? So that would be 75, right? For that. So that would still take care of it. So even at a 3x, 4x, 5x, that would still cover the worst case scenario. If you got come bets way out there, and you got your place bets and they haven't hit yet, you should be all right. There's a 10. Oh boy, that's something that you don't want to see. All right, so that would go like that, unfortunately. And 9, that would get paid. And you can either convert that to a place bet, or you can just take it down. And then you could also just put this as odds, on each one, or this one, because this one you have to put even, so you do that. 8 is 14. Yeah, it's going to take a little bit to catch that back up, because that was a massive hit. Okay, so there's 14. So you could do that. 3, 6 is another 14. All right, so you could bring your odds up and still pull back a small profit. 6, that's good. 15 for 1. Bring that up. Pull back $10. 3, 8, easy 8. So that's another 15 for 1. racket, yo 11, and there's 7. So, you know, there's different, you know, you can do it all different types of ways if you know, so, so that was just something that I wanted to, that I didn't really take advantage of, that I would have normally taken advantage of because I was wearing multiple hats. So I always want to take odds against the point when it's 4 and 10. So I always want to do that, or that's how I always played it in casino. So that's just I just wanted to touch on that, what I've been doing, how I've been thinking about maximizing both right and dark, and you know, making it still coming up with a good balance where stuff won't hurt you, and you take advantage. You keep the odds in your favor as much as you can. So that's the name of the game. Of course, just like that 10 just showed, you know, no guarantees, you know, but we can still, you know, put odds again, you know, take odds when the point's 4 or 10, you know, take advantage of that, you know, with that 7 and making that 7 strong. So that's what we're doing, folks. All right, well, thanks, CRAPS people, and we'll see you again next time.